பார்க்க துப்பாய துப்பாக்கி துப்பார்க்க துப்பாய தூவும் மழை துப்பார்க்க துப்பாய துப்பாக்கி துப்பார்க்க துப்பாய தூவும் மழை. Rain produces good food and is itself food. How does transformation occur in nature and human potential? Can something be both a process and a result simultaneously? Dearest Lata, this may be the last letter I write to you. Rajamani put the pen down, wondering if it was indeed his last hour. 36 hours earlier, Rajamani had entered a submarine and met his friend and chef Mali. Unexpectedly, the submarine went underwater. Mali turned to Rajamani, his expression grim. Sorry, Raja, we are going under the water. The words hung in the air, heavy with unspoken implications. Rajamani felt a chill run down his spine as the submarine began its descent. The walls groaned under the pressure of the ocean. He thought of Lata, his 8-year-old daughter, of Sahasranamam, his dad, of the rain that had kissed his lips just moments ago. And he wondered if he would ever see them again. Why? Why? We were supposed to stay at port for 2 days. Captain Caspian promised me so, wondered Rajamani. They never tell me. I'm the damn chef. I keep thinking me Steven Seagal of Under Siege, but look at me, man, pointing at his pot belly. Rajamani shook his head vigorously. I didn't sign up for this. Captain should have said something. I would have sent someone else. Chill, man. These things don't last long. 1, maybe 2 months. We back to our daughter. What? 1 to 2 months? I have to speak to the captain now. Hula, 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 hula. I was just joking, man. The submarine descended steadily. The pressure of the ocean pressing against its hull like a giant hand. Forget about that thing. Just focus on the process at hand. Rajamani reluctantly sat in the cramped kitchen, his stool spread out on the bolted down table, the faint hum of the engines vibrating through the floor. Mali bustled around him, preparing a simple meal of rice and lentils, the aroma filling the small space and offering a fleeting sense of comfort. The noise from Mali's cooking preparations reminded Rajamani of the rhythmic patter of droplets against the earth. He could almost smell the petrichor rising from the ground. Rain was life. It nourished the soil, filled the rivers, and brought forth the crops that fed millions. It was both the giver and the gift, a cycle of sustenance that sustained the world. Tupparka tuppaya tuppaki துப்பார்க்க துப்பாய தூமழை 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 தூமழை. Mali glanced at him, a curious smile playing on his lips. You're going singing something. Yeah, what song is sing? Rajamani gave a bleak smile. It's an Indian tune. These words are Thiruvalluvar's. Oh God, you hear tell about a train station in India with that same name. No, that is Thiruvalluvar. He was Thiruvalluvar. Rajamani looked up, his hands pausing over the oven's wiring. It's an old Tamil saying. It means rain is both the source of food and food itself. Without rain, there is no life. It's like the ocean outside. It's vast, mysterious, and sometimes terrifying. It's also what connects us all. Mali nodded thoughtfully, stirring the pot of lentils. You know, Wagwan? That's like cooking, man. The ingredients, they ain't nothing of themselves. But when you bring them together, them become something you hear? Something that nourishes not just your body, but your soul too. Rajamani smiled, thinking of the real reason he was there on this metallic tube. What accent is that? Captain Barbarossa? That's Captain Barbosa? Nah, I'm Jamaican. I couldn't recognize the accent. It's the narrator who's doing such a bad job of the Jamaican accent. It's not my fault. Each one to themselves. That's why I love working with ovens. They are like alchemists. They transform flour, water, and yeast into bread, something warm, comforting, and full of life. The submarine shuddered suddenly, a deep groan echoing through the hull. The lights flickered and Rajamani's heart skipped a beat. Mali steadied himself against the counter, his expression tense. "We're gone, me a good deeper," he said quietly. "The pressure, yeah, is immense." He clasped his hands around his neck and pretended to squeeze. Rajamani glanced at the porthole. The inky blackness outside was a stark reminder of their isolation. He thought of Lata, his daughter, of her laughter, of the way her eyes lit up when she talked about Luffy and his adventures. He thought of Sahasranamam, his dad, his steady presence, his wisdom, and he thought of the rain, the way it had kissed his lips. Before he stepped into this metal beast, "We'll be okay," Rajamani said more to himself than to Mali. "We have to be." Hours passed, the submarine sinking further into the abyss. Rajamani worked tirelessly on the oven, his hands moving with practiced precision. The crew moved around him, their voices low and tense, their faces etched with worry. The pressure outside was relentless, a constant reminder of the fragile barrier between them and the crushing depths. Mali approached him with a plate of food, steam rising from the warm rice and lentils. "Eat," he said firmly. "You can't work on weak up stomach." Rajamani hesitated, then accepted the plate with a grateful nod. The first bite was simple but comforting, the flavors a reminder of home. "This is good," he said between mouthfuls and did a Diable Jambe move, mimicking Sanji, the chef from One Piece. "What was that?" Mali asked. "You reminded me of Sanji from One Piece. That guy can turn the simplest ingredients into a feast fit for kings." "Wagwan, you better sing. Me like thee better than One Piece." "துப்பார்க்க துப்பாய துப்பாக்கி துப்பார்க்க துப்பாய தூவும் மழை." Rajamani's thoughts drifting back to the rain. He imagined it falling on the fields, filling the rivers, feeding the crops. He imagined it falling on Lata's face, her laughter ringing out as she danced in the downpour. The submarine groaned again, louder this time, and the lights flickered ominously. Rajamani set his plate aside, his heart pounding. "What's happening?" he asked, his voice barely above a whisper. Mali's expression was grim. "We are at the limit. If we go any deeper..." Rajamani noticed a little trickle of water near his shoes.